Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wa bihi nasta'inu ala umurid dunya waddin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Good morning everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be sharing my study related to Quo Vadis English Language Learning System in Pesantren. This research examines how English is taught in Pesantren, focusing on the interplay between tradition and modern educational needs. I specifically highlight findings from Buntet Pesantren Darussalam, a semi-modern pesantren that blends classical Islamic studies with formal schooling. My aim is to study and discuss challenges, propose solutions, and consider the future directions of English learning in this unique educational context. Now we can go to slide 2, related to my background studies. Pesantren have long been central to Islamic education in Indonesia, preserving religious traditions while shaping students' character. However, in today's globalized world, English proficiency has become essential for broader academic, professional, and dakwah opportunities. The challenge lies in integrating English into a system that is deeply rooted in religious instruction and long-established cultural practices. Research gap I discuss in slide 3, everyone. Most previous studies focus either on general English teaching in Indonesia or on isolated cases of English programs in pesantren. There is still limited research that looks at the systemic factors, such as leadership, curriculum content, and daily culture, that determine English learning success in these institutions. This gap is where my study positions itself, aiming to provide a more holistic understanding of the issue. This study aims to explore how pesantren can integrate English learning effectively without compromising their religious identity. I do this by examining 3 key dimensions: structure, the role of the leadership, policies, and institutional rules; substance, the vision, mission, and the perceptions of English; and the culture, the everyday practices and attitudes towards English. Looking at these dimensions together helps us understand the real challenges and opportunities for English instruction in pesantren. Ultimately, our goal is to propose a model that is both pedagogically sound and culturally resonant. My analysis uses Lawrence Friedman's legal system theory, which looks at structure, substance, and culture, a framework we adapted to the pesantren education context. This helps us see how leadership, curriculum content, and everyday practices all influences English learning. I also draw on communicative language teaching and content-based instruction to frame potential teaching approaches. By combining these theories, we can connect educational methods with the social and cultural realities of pesantren life. I use a qualitative descriptive approach to gain an in-depth understanding of the English learning system in the pesantren. The study was conducted at Darussalam Buntet Pesantren, a semi-modern pesantren that combines classical Islamic studies with formal schooling. Data were collected through observations and interviews with the leaders, kiai in pesantren, teachers, ustadz in pesantren, and the students. santri in pesantren. The analysis was guided by Friedman's framework, allowing us to categorize findings under structure, substance, and culture. Slide 7, findings on structure. In terms of structure, the pesantren is fully led by the Kiai, whose authority shapes all aspects of institutional life. The Kiai expresses strong moral support for English learning, recognizing its importance for students' future opportunities. However, there are no formal or binding policies that require or regulate English use within the pesantren environment. There are also no designated English speaking zones or enforcement mechanism to encourage practice. While formal schools under pesantren umbrella develop their own English programs, these efforts are not yet unified at the pesantren-wide level. This means English learning depends largely on individual teachers' initiative rather than an institutional mandate. Slide 8, findings on substance. From the perspective of substance, the pesantren vision and mission emphasize producing morally upright and knowledgeable students, and they show openness to modern knowledge. However, English is not explicitly stated as a core part of this vision or mission. In practice, English is treated mainly as an academic subject in the formal school, not as an integral element of pesantren education. Most teachers and students view English positively, acknowledging its value for global communication and further studies. Despite this, its status as a supplementary subject means it often takes a backseat to religious studies. This positioning limits the depth and the consistency of English exposure across the pesantren's educational activities. Slide 9, related to findings on culture. Culturally, daily communication among santri is dominated by Bahasa Indonesia, Arabic, and local language such as Babasan, with English rarely used in informal interactions. The pesantren's learning culture prioritizes religious study, with naturally centers on Arabic-based materials and discussion. Opportunities uses English mainly arise in extracurricular programs such as English Club and English Day. Students generally show a positive attitude toward these activities, enjoying the chance to practice in a more relaxed setting. However, the overall rhythm of the pesantren life, with its packed schedule of religious and formal classes, leaves limited time for sustained English practice. This makes it challenging for English to become a natural part of everyday communication in the pesantren environment. The main issue is that English remains peripheral within the pesantren system, both in policy and in daily practice. Without formal structural support, English learning relies heavily on individual teachers' initiative and extracurricular programs. Culturally, English has limited symbolic value compared to Arabic, which is directly linked to religious texts and rituals. The packed daily schedule prioritizes religious studies, leaving the little room for immersed language activities. These factors combined mean that even motivated students struggle to gain consistent English exposure. Addressing these issues requires a model that embeds English learning into the pesantren structural, substantive, and cultural framework. The discussion highlights that Darussalam Buntet Pesantren operates within a hybrid educational model, balancing classical Islamic studies with formal schooling. The use of Pegon script and kitab-based learning strengthen Arabic's Indonesian literacy, but offers little support for communicative English. In this context, English is often perceived as external to the pesantren's core mission, making integration a cultural and pedagogical challenge. One solution is to link English instruction with Islamic content. So, language learning aligns with students' religious worldview. This connection can help legitimize English within the pesantren's moral and educational framework. By doing so, English can shift from being a supplementary subject to a meaningful tool for religious expressions and global engagement. The proposed model is hybrid pedagogy, combines communicative language teaching with content-based instruction. Communicative language teaching focuses on developing fluency and real-world communication skills, while CBI or content-based instruction integrates language learning with meaningful content. In the pesantren context, this content can be drawn from Islamic themes, taken from Safinatun Najah. It is such a yellow book or kitab kuning in pesantren discussed in Darussalam Buntet, which the content related to toharo or purification, sholat or prayer, zakat, shaum or fasting, and hajj, pilgrimage. Make the lesson both relevant and familiar to students. A weak form of CLT is recommended, emphasizing structured practice and guided interaction rather than full spontaneous communication. This approach respects the pesantren's hierarchical culture while still encouraging effective or active language use. By blending these methods, English learning becomes both pedagogically effective and culturally coherent. The first recommendation is to formally integrate English into the pesantren's vision, mission, and institutional policies so it becomes part of its core agenda. Second, teacher capacity should be strengthened through training CLT CBI methods that suit in the pesantren environment. Third, creating English-speaking zones or appointing English ambassadors can encourage informal practice outside the classroom. Fourth, developing learning materials that combine English with Islamic content will make lessons more engaging and culturally relevant. Fifth, extracurricular programs like English Day and competitions should be aligned with the pesantren's daily rhythm to ensure regular exposures. Together, these steps can build a sustainable and meaningful English learning ecosystems in the pesantren. In conclusion, English learning in pesantren faces both structural and cultural barriers that limit its effectiveness. While leadership support exists, it is mostly moral rather than backed by formal policy or systemic implementation. Culturally, Arabic remains dominant due to its central role in religious study, while reduces the space for English in daily life. A hybrid model that combines CLT and CBI, adapted to Islamic content, offers a practical and culturally sensitive solutions. Such an approach can enhance students' motivation, legitimize English within the pesantren framework, and prepare learners for global communication. Ultimately, meaningful reform must align English education with pesantren values while equipping students for both religious and worldly challenges. Thank you for your attention and interest in this research. I hope this presentation has provided useful insights into the challenges and opportunities for English learning system in pesantren. The goal is not to replace traditional practices, but to enrich them with approaches that prepare students for both religious and global contexts. I welcome any feedbacks, suggestions, questions that could further strengthen this study. Your perspective will be valuable in refining the proposed model and making it more applicable in real pesantren setting. Once again, thank you for being part of this discussion. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.